في قاضي مشهور جدا في امريكا اسمه فرانشيسكو كابريو. القاضي ده مش بس مشهور في الولايات المتحده الامريكيه، انما مشهور في العالم كله. مقاطع الفيديو اللي بيقدمها بتحقق مشاهدات بملايين الملايين الملايين من الارقام. والحقيقه انه مقاطع الفيديو اللي متصوره جوه الكورت روم او قاعه المحكمه الخاصه بيه والقضايا اللي هو بيحكم فيها، المقاطع دي مترجمه لاكثر من 30 لغه حول العالم. ليه الناس بتحب القاضي ده أو بتحب المقاطع دي؟ أسباب كتيرة جدا، منها فكرة الرحمة والإنسانية اللي خلتهم في أمريكا يطلقوا عليه the nicest judge، القاضي الرحيم أو القاضي اللطيف. كمان المقاطع دي فيها حاجات إما إن هي تأسرك من جمالها وعمقها، أو تبكيك من قسوتها، أو تضحكك من طرفتها. أنت بتتفرج على حكايات إنسانية كتيرة، وفي غالب الأمر بيبقى فيه نهاية سعيدة وإنسانية وجميلة. فرانك كابريو الحقيقة إنه واحد من أشهر القضاة اللي أخدوا صيت كبير جدا، وفي ناس كتيرة عندها أسئلة عنه. هو مين ده وإيه القضايا دي؟ وهو من حقه كده يشيل غرامة؟ يعني هو الرحمة دي بتتعارض مع القانون؟ وهل ده مقبول ولا لأ؟ قبل ما نعرف حكايته منه هو شخصيا، خلينا نشوف بعض المقاطع اللي ممكن تكون اتكعبلت في واحد فيها وانت بتعمل سكرول على التليفون على الموبايل، او انت بتبحر في عالم الانترنت.
Kimberly, you have two red light violations on Eddy and Dudley streets. Okay, do you remember driving the car?
Well, I think I made that right turn about maybe 300 times from May. I know on the 20th, my husband was having a second craniotomy for glioblastoma brain cancer that day. So I know on the 20th, I wasn't driving the car. I don't know. It's okay. I'm just...
Don't be nervous.
My husband passed away not long ago, so I'm just...
Kimberly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look at the video.
Thank you.
My heart goes out to you.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's okay. I'm okay.
Based on these circumstances, I think justice demands I just dismiss the cases.
Thank you so much.
Say it
I just
again?
happen to have $20 on me, so I just want to give it to maybe somebody here could use this. So can I just give it to you? Is that okay? Can I do that?
You can do that.
Okay.
What are you studying?
Engineering and math. Double.
Engineering and math.
Yeah. I'm going to be a sophomore this year.
How many hours a night do you study?
Last semester I took 20 credits, but other than that I was on I'm a commuter, but I'm on campus like from 8 a.m. till
You made a right-hand turn on Eddy and Dudley Street, and there's a sign that says right on red after stop. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, we're going to show it to you, okay?
Okay. I just figured the light, and I could stop, but I would end up like in the intersection, and it would be really hard stop, so I just kept going.
Tell me the courses you got the A's in. Let me hear.
Physics, I took biology.
Oh, biology. You got physics, calculus, and biology, right?
And linear algebra.
I'm going to take into consideration the fact that you're a student. I'm going to reward you for that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And I'm taking into consideration that it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and the street was completely... Are you working?
Not right now. I'm actually looking for something now.
So how do you support yourself?
Was unemployment. That's about it. And that stopped last week, so I don't get child support or anything. I don't have much family around here. My family is in upstate New York, so I really trust my friends to help out. Bless you, babe.
I'm not going to take any money from you. If I fine you and you have to pay the fine, it's going to come out of your child. Katie, that's all?
That's it.
Inspector Quinn?
Judge, there were less kids in my freshman class.
Arrest those 2 kids for wearing a hat in the courtroom.
Yeah, especially the firefighter hat, Judge.
Katie, who are these kids? Where'd you find them? Did you rent these kids outside?
Unfortunately, they don't go back, so no.
Who's the most vociferous here? Any of them talkers?
Yes.
Which one?
Just yes. Who do we think talks the most? Probably Alex.
Where's Alex?
Alex likes to talk.
Where's Alex?
Alex, raise your hand.
Come on up here, Alex.
Oh, you want to go sit?
Hurry up, get up here.
You want to go say
Come
hi?
on, come on. This way. Come here, Alex. Stand right here. Can I wear your hat? Huh? Can I wear it?
Oh, that's nice.
Get over here. You want to be a judge? Say yes.
Yes.
All right. Is your mother guilty or not guilty?
Not.
Not. Take your hat back. Tell your mommy that she is charged with speeding.
انتي مأسرعة كتير بابا مأسرع بالهايوي.
هي ما بتعرف بالقوانين، هي إلها هون 3 سنين.
She said she doesn't know what the rules is, so that's why she doesn't understand.
Okay. Now tell us your name.
Masa,
And how old are you?
8 years old.
What do you want to do when you get big?
Be a doctor.
A doctor. If you had to make a decision, you'd have 3 decisions. You could charge her $50. You could charge her half of that, or you could charge her nothing. Now, based on her explanation, how much would you charge her?
$50.
$50. Hold that. Bang it and say $50.
$50.
Okay.
High five.
Case dismissed.
Wow.
فرانك كابريو أو فرانشيسكو كابريو ده اسمه الأصلي. اسمه واضح جدا الأصل الإيطالي فيه. هو من المهاجرين أو أهله كانوا من أوائل المهاجرين. أسئلة كتيرة جدا ممكن تتسأل عن ذلك القاضي الطيب. أسئلة بعضها في محبة ليه وبعضها في تساؤلات حقيقية. هو من حق قاضي إن هو يشيل عقوبة بالكامل؟ هو ممكن القاضي يكسر القانون عشان يكسب محبة أو شعبية من الناس؟ هل صحيح إنه القاضي ده في يوم من الأيام واحد من أفراد أسرته كان متهم أمام قاضي آخر وكانت الأسرة كلها بتتوسل إنه ما يتسجنش؟ حكايات كتيرة جدا. كنا محظوظين للغاية لما قابلنا القاضي فرانك كابريو. الحقيقة إنه القاضي ده ما عملش مقابلات كتيرة بشكل عام. كنا محظوظين لما التقيناه وهو بيتكرم في واحد من أهم المنتديات في العالم العربي، وكان لنا شرف إن احنا يبقى عندنا أطول مقابلة تتعامل معاه. ومش بس كده، أولاده ال3 اللي أول مرة يظهروا على الإطلاق على التلفزيون ولا في أمريكا ولا بره أمريكا كانوا كمان معانا أو انضموا لنا في المقابلة دي. مقابلة قال فيها أكتر مما قالوا قبل كده في أي مقابلة هو عملها.
القاضي فرانشيسكو كابريو
Hi.
أو اختصاراً يقال فرانك كابريو شغل منصب رئيس قضاة محكمة بلدية بروفيدنس السابق في ولاية رود آيلاند.
On November 15th, 2011.
Right.
Where were you at 6:38 in the morning?
I don't know where I was yesterday.
I know where you were.
What?
حصل القاضي كابريو على شهرة عالمية بعد أن حققت الفيديوهات التي تصوره وهو في قاعة المحكمة تداولاً كبيراً على نطاق واسع وتخطت عشرات الملايين من المشاهدات.
What are you so happy about?
I'll be on TV.
وبسببها لقب به القاضي الرحيم أو القاضي الطيب.
We have to make a decision. You want to help me?
Yeah.
Okay.
كل الفيديوهات المصورة هي مصورة من قاعة المحكمة، مخالفات حقيقية وقصص حقيقية كلها تحكى على هامش المخالفات المرورية التي من حق القاضي أن يوقعها بعقوبة مغلظة أو بعقوبة رحيمة.
Can I give you a hug?
Come on up here. You are a good man. I wish you all the best.
Getting ready to graduate?
Yes, I'm ready.
I'm not even going to listen to your explanation. I'm going to give you a graduation gift. The matter is dismissed.
You're the best.
Next time, you're supposed to butter me up before I make a decision.
You know why I'm not going to put you on a payment plan?
No.
Because I'm not going to charge you. I'm not being critical. I'm not trying to criticize you. I should be congratulating you on some parts of your life. I have three choices. I can fine him $90. I can charge him $30. Or I can charge him nothing. What do you think I should do?
30.
30.
القاضي الذي أثرت فيديوهاته العالم. كل كان يرى شيئا في الفيديوهات المتداولة له. البعض رأى طيبة، البعض رأى رحمة، البعض رأى تفهم، البعض رأى إنسانية العالم يحتاجها. سعداء بوجود القاضي فرانشيسكو كابريو معنا في البرنامج من خلال منتدى الشارقة. It's an honor to have you the nicest judge in the world.
That's quite a title. It's a tough title to live up to.
Tell me about this kind of love and warmth that embraces you everywhere. With you.
The simple things in life are important. Things that people overlook. You know, maybe sometimes it's just taking an extra minute of someone's time, or of your time, to help someone, or to acknowledge them, or to extend yourself just a little bit. And that's what it's all about. It's not this big, complicated mathematical formula on how to conduct yourself. You know? So I do very simple things in life.
But some would ask, how can you do this without violating the rules?
Well, I don't violate the rules. The fact of the matter is that every situation is different. Everyone's circumstances are different. I'll give you an example. If you were making a decision for an unwed mother who had 5 children, and because she was driving her children to school and she had to accompany them in and take them back out and so forth, that she amassed a number of tickets, you know, through no fault of her own really, because she had 2 choices, you know, not take her children to school, right, or have to get them an education. And then she comes into court and she has fines that she absolutely cannot pay, absolutely cannot pay. And if she can't pay the fines, then the law dictates that they place this device on the wheel. It's called a boot, which means you can't operate the car.
Yeah.
Right? And then if you don't pay that within 3 days, then the car is towed. And that goes to a tow company. The tow company charges $125 to tow the car and $30 a day for storage. So now you have $500, so now you have over $1,000, and it keeps going on. But she'll never get that money because she can't even get the car back unless she pays the fine. Mm-hmm. So now she has 5 children, and what does she do? So what do? I know what you're going to do. You have authority at that point to take into consideration those human circumstances. Everyone's circumstances are different. Is she a bad person? Is she a scofflaw? Is she someone who enjoys breaking the law? Am I supposed to say the law says that the law says we shall impound your car?
The one on 11-1, I went to Social Security because they had cut my check. Because my son was recently killed last year. So they cut my check because he had owed money.
Who?
My son was killed March of last year, right? So I was his rep payee. So they took my money because he had owed money. So I had to go to Social Security to fix that matter. When I came out, I had a ticket. Then another time on the 5th, the pocket meter wasn't working. I have the picture for that.
I'm going to reduce this to $50. How much time do you need to pay it?
I have it on me now.
All right. That's not going to leave you without any money, is it?
I'll leave it with $5. Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not going to leave you with $5. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to dismiss everything.
Thank you.
So the law gives you this kind of space. I mean, the maximum punishment and the least punishment.
The law is the law. The law says to me it's $500 plus all of the other offenses. But I have I have the authority as a judge to change that.
The judicial system the U.S. gives you this space.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It's what we call mitigation. I mitigate the fine.
Oh, yes. This is very important. You're clarifying the whole thing.
I'm talking about civil matters. Yes. These are not criminal matters. Yes. These aren't criminal matters.
True.
These are people who are well-intentioned, who are trying to earn a living, who are trying to support their family, who are working hard, you know.
Yes, I totally understand.
If you have the ability, would you buy the parking ticket today?
Today I wouldn't be able to. I get paid every 2 weeks, and it's kind of a little tight, so.
All right. I'm going to give you a break on this ticket on the condition that you buy the parking pass.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm trying to help you, but I have to get you to help yourself.
Yes, sir.
You have 5 children of your own?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
What ages?
My oldest, she'll be 20. My second oldest, 17, 14, 10, and 4.
Well, I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
You made a success of your life.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And you're taking care of your kids.
Yes.
I'm going to dismiss the case.
Your first session in court.
My father.
Yes, your father attended that session, and that it was a life-changing thing.
For me. It indeed was. It indeed was. You know, I'm glad you mentioned that. I must tell you honestly, to this day, that case still bothers me. I still think about it. You
were a new judge, and this is the first case you have.
I'm having trouble forgiving myself.
Uh-huh.
I really am.
And your father.
If I'm going to make a mistake, don't forget there is such a disparity between the resources of the sovereign and the resources of the individual, between the power of the sovereign and the power of the individual. There is such a disparity, right? And so if I'm going to make a mistake, I'm not going to make it toward the individual. Or if I'm, sometimes maybe I'm too lenient, maybe not. Who's the judge, me? The answer is I'm not guilty.
Why did your father was mad about, was upset because of your first case?
My father was upset because I did not take that woman's personal situation into account in imposing the fine. He said, how is she going to support her children? And if the car gets towed, how is she going to drive them to school? He said, you're disrupting that entire family. You can't do that. He said, that's not how we live. That's not what I taught you. That's not what I showed you, Frank. You know?
Yes.
القاضي كابريو والذي ينحدر من أصول إيطالية ظل على منصة القضاء أكثر من 40 سنة، وبالرغم أنه في الكثير من الفيديوهات يلغي الغرامات إلا أنه أحياناً يضاعف الغرام.
Not all the time you're nice and kind.
Oh. You have 2 tickets.
No, I got 1 ticket.
No, you have 2. One is on July 21st on Darren Street.
I only received 1.
Then you have another one on August 1st on Corinth Street.
No.
Well, who else drives the car besides you? Somebody else drives the car besides you.
No.
You got a bad attitude. Don't give me an attitude.
Oh my God.
The last thing in the world I need is an attitude. Okay?
If I get
First of all,
I'm sorry.
listen to me. First of all, I helped you out. Okay. In the future, change your attitude. Okay. Here's what you have to do now. Hopefully, you never come to court again. If you come to court, it's not it's not no, right? And you have to tell kids in school this, right? Like wherever you are in a situation where there's constituted authority, you address people by their title or by the court's title, right? It's like, yes, Your Honor, yes, sir. It's not,
Sorry.
yeah. I want to be a teacher, you know? I mean,
Yeah. Sorry, Honor.
If someone comes to court is a very formal procedure, you know, and if anyone disrespects the authority of the court, it's not me. On occasion, when people have been disrespectful, I have actually taken my robe off and put it off to the side and says, this is not me personally. It's the institution of the court, right? It's the symbolism of the court. It's the honor and dignity of the judicial system, not of me personally as a judge, right? I am the instrument for the court to operate properly. So I tell them, if you have any animosity, take it out toward me, not toward the court. And when you disrespect me with that robe, then you're disrespecting the court.
Very, very clear and wise. One of the things that people could easily see in your videos, you never disrespect anyone in front of you.
No.
Even if he's trying to manipulate, put some little lies, you never disrespect any human being in front of you in the court.
No, I don't do that. Because, as I just mentioned a little earlier, when I'm sitting on the bench, I represent the sovereign. I represent the sovereign. It's not me personally. This is in my personal life. I don't have a little business and they're coming in, you know. I represent, in representing the sovereign, I am representing each and every person in the state at that point. And I think that everyone is entitled to be treated with decency. Sometimes they don't deserve compassion, but decency.
Did you imagine once before that your videos would go viral all over the world and people would translate it into so many languages and to be a star and like you're competing with the movie stars now? I mean, you're loved, you're known. Did you imagine that before?
It is beyond belief that a simple act of kindness has resonated throughout the world. It is beyond belief. Maybe it's what we need in the world. Maybe we need more understanding and more kindness and more compassion in our interactions with each other.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
I have a saying, I have some close friends back home, and they'll always say, Frank, you know, someone will say, hi, Judge, can we take a picture? I say, sure, and we stop. Or in restaurants, people will come over, you know, or whatever the case might be, and I always stop. I never say no to anyone. And they say, Frank, how can you do that? I say, listen, the difference between being courteous and gentle and is like a minute. You give someone a minute of your time. That's it. I'm not, you know, giving them 2 hours of my time. And those simple acts of kindness resonate, you know, with people.
Yes, yes. Your Honor, I've seen 3 of your handsome sons here around. Are they as kind as you or no?
They're more kind than I am. They're very kind.
Are you sure? Can you join? أولاد Judge Caprio هم من أصل إيطالي. Oh, they're representing the mixture between the Americans and the Italians, even in the features.
I have 4 sons and 3 are with me. I have 4 sons and 3 are with me today.
Who's your favorite?
All of them. All of them are my favorites. You know?
No, when you ask that, we all point that.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Family issues. You okay. Right. Yes, yes. Family issues. You know, I was extremely happy to see those 3 sons around their father, supporting, taking care, being with him. Maybe because I'm Mediterranean, so I really know what this means.
We don't just preach the importance of the family unit. We demonstrate it and we live it.
We love spending time with that.
Was he as nice as he in the courtroom when you were young children, or he was a tough father?
So all he had to do was look at us, and we knew exactly what he meant. So yes,
there's a wicked smile back there.
Yeah. But like he said, if he saw us treating people not appropriately, we'd get the look, and it just reminded us that we shouldn't be acting that way. And we try to avoid that look at all costs still today.
And when I was really upset, I would ask them, what is in your head? What are you thinking?
And they wouldn't dare to roll their eyes, yes?
At that point, they knew there was trouble.
The wicked smile here tells a lot. Was he a firm father? When you're children, I mean.
He's the greatest dad. And for us to see everybody show him the respect that they're showing him, it just warms our heart. It really does. It really does. And Thank you for giving
should be
him the opportunity
actually,
to talk to you and all the people that respect you.
You should be very proud of his nobility and kindness, because we said the world needs kindness.
We're very, very proud.
What is the weirdest case you've seen?
Somebody proposed marriage. Many people have pledged to name their children after him, but people went up, a couple went up, and the person proposed to the person they were with in the courtroom.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely.
Yeah.
And
that was strange. That doesn't happen often.
It's strange but unique.
And then he performed the marriage ceremony sometime later.
Really?
I did, yes.
You did the legal papers for the couple?
Yes.
Oh, this is awesome.
In the courtroom, yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
How long we been together?
It's going on 2 years.
2 years?
Yes.
Gonna make it official.
That's on him.
Not once, not twice, but 3 different times. I ain't got no ring on, but I get that on there and say, will you marry me in the middle of the courtroom?
All right, he's on bended knee.
Yes. Oh my God.
All right.
I love you, Judge.
And for you, what's the case that you will never forget?
Well, there are several, but I'm going to talk about Victor Coella, who was 96 years old, and he came to court and he was taking his 63-year-old son for cancer treatment, and he was charged with speeding. And that's a case I'll just never ever forget. A 96-year-old man still caring for his child, and taking him for treatment, taking care of him. It was very emotional. So anyway, Victor, we became good friends with Victor, and followed through with him and went to his house and helped him celebrate his 100th birthday recently.
That's great.
Mr. Coella, you are charged with a school zone violation.
Beg pardon?
You are charged with a school zone violation.
Right. I don't drive that fast, Judge. I'm 96 years old and I drive slowly, and I only drive when I have to. I was going to the blood work for my boy. He's handicapped.
Oh. You were taking your son to the doctor's office?
Yeah, I take him for blood work every 2 weeks because he's got cancer.
You are a good man. How old is your son?
63.
Yeah. And Daddy's still taking care of him, right?
Yeah. I only drive when I have to.
Yeah. You see that young man over there? That's my son. Now, he's looking at me saying, Dad, when you're in your 90s, you're going to be driving me around. No. You're putting a lot of pressure on me. Listen, sir, I wish you all the best. I wish the best for your son, and I wish you good health, and your case is dismissed.
You have a charity institution, yes? Would you tell me about it?
It's actually quite amazing. People, through watching him on television and through social media, would become involved with the people who were in front of him in the situations like Victor and other people. And this one particular woman who was not a wealthy woman, she worked in a supermarket and was a single mother, wanted to help, and she wrote out a check one day and sent in with a note that said, please help a single mother. So he did that on screen, in the courtroom. He used it to help pay somebody's fine. And then when that was shown, donations started pouring, and we've never asked for a donation, but out of the goodness of people's hearts, they've sent in tens and tens of thousands of dollars, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, to donate, just asking to help somebody that needs some help in the courtroom. And he named it the Philomena Fund, which was his mother's name. So the Philomena Fund.
Philomena. So many times, rather than dismiss the case, I would use those funds that people sent to pay the fine. So I would say to a mother, for example, who had many children, who didn't have any money, maybe whose car was impounded. If the circumstances warranted, I say, listen, we're going to give you an opportunity to redeem yourself. We're going to use money from the Philomena Fund to pay for your violations and to pay for your tow bill, and for you to get your car back. you know. And
How
you should see some of those clips of those people. They just are in tears and they can't believe it. On occasion, I've had people come in who haven't had a meal in a while, and I would actually give them cash, not only dismiss their case and pay it from the Philomena Fund, but give them some cash to go out and eat.
Your grandparents were the first generation of Italian immigrants
to the United States?
Yes. I think the better way of life was why people immigrated. The biggest, prior to now, the biggest immigration in the United States was between 1885 and 1920. And that's when they came from Italy to the United States.
Someone of your
ancestors maybe was in court or was accused of something?
That's a wonderful story, and actually
which one is that?
Informs him of really one of the reasons why he is the type of judge that he is, because it also involves his father. And when his father was a child, his grandfather was out one night with a bunch of friends, and things would happen, the police came and they just got a little rowdy. They were having some fun on a Friday night, and they got arrested, and he had to go to court the next morning. So his grandmother was very afraid, didn't speak English, an immigrant from a foreign country, didn't know what the consequences would be. She went to court the next morning. She didn't speak English, so she brought her son, who was a child, who spoke English. Her son was his father. So as a child, his father was in the same Providence Municipal Court many years prior to translate for his mother. Mm-hmm. And the judge came out, and they were very afraid, and his mother jumped up. She had gathered some donations.
When they brought him up from the cell.
Yeah, she had gathered some donations from her friends and people that worked with his father, and she jumped up and said, "Judge, no jail, no jail," and she's holding the money. And the judge, who was, like out of the movies, a white-haired judge with the red face and in the robe, the judge said, "Ma'am, your husband's a good man. I'm going to send him home, cook him a good meal." And his father was translating. So you can imagine the emotion of the family not knowing if he was ever going to come home, if he was going to go to jail. They didn't know what the American justice system was back then. And this nice judge sent him home to a good meal. And the strange thing is that many of the people that come before him today are in the same shoes that his father and grandmother were in. They're new to the country. They don't speak the language. People come in, they don't know if a parking ticket's going to send them to jail. They don't know the justice system. So you can imagine the ripple effect through all the families of Rhode Island or the region of people that come before him with these heavy parking fines, and by some miracle, not only do they get their car back, but sometimes they get money to go get a nice hot meal.
That story could have a ripple effect. If that judge was mean to my grandmother and my grandfather, and my father was a young man at that point.
Or just applied the law blindly. He could have done that.
I probably wouldn't be here today. Seriously, because my father, as a result of that, and the entire family, had such a respect for the law, They could have, who knows what their life would have been like. They would have hated the system. They could have done some crazy things. My father, till the day he died, actually, the judge was an Irishman. My father he referred to him as that great white-haired Irish judge. That was his name, a great white-haired Irish judge.
Yes.
And he stayed with him his entire life.
Yes, it tells about the background where you come from.
Yeah. So it affected my father's life, and by extension, it affected my life and my children's lives.
But in turn, it really adds context to fast forward to his first day as a judge, when his father wasn't happy because he applied that full fine to the person who, really, they were just afraid and they didn't know what was going on in the court. Yes. And so it gives that context, because I'm sure his father was thinking, what if that great Irish white-haired judge did that to us?
Yes.
Mary Beth Lamar.
Yes, Your Honor.
Relax. He showed me documents. It's a very emotional document. It's your brother, who was an East Providence firefighter, and he was deceased earlier this year.
Unexpected on the day that this ticket was received.
All right,
I was told, you have a few minutes to come to the hospital before we move the body. I think the body's still up there. You could come and see him. I'd say goodbye.
Tell me about your brother.
So he was paramedic.
So his job, he was saving other people's lives.
I've just completed, at the age of 56, a accelerated Bachelor of Science in Nursing at UMass Boston. So he would have been very happy. Always carried Band-Aids around. So he was a firefighter from the very beginning, paramedic from the very beginning.
So he took care of you from a very early age, right?
Yep.
So he was your protector. All right, Mary Beth, the red light violation is right next to Rhode Island Hospital.
Yep.
And you're on your way to the hospital. Based on the story you're telling me, I'm going to dismiss the case.
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
Your Honor, you give the space in your courtroom to people to narrate, to tell. Sometimes they would argue with each other if they're a couple. And you give also them the space to sing.
I do. And dance.
Also dance.
And dance.
I have to look for this video.
You want to try that again? Let me see that again. You could say you danced with Paula Abdul.
Good job.
Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Oh, oh, oh.
Good job.
That's merengue.
Is that like that?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we're going to issue him a summons for disturbing the peace today.
Dice que le van a mandar otro ticket por
Well, whatever talent someone will profess that they have, if it's appropriate, you understand, just to create an atmosphere in the court, that the court is welcoming, that it's not an offensive experience. So it doesn't change my decision.
What's your favorite dance, personally? This is my last question.
Cha-cha-cha. He likes the cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha?
Cha-cha-cha.
He's a good dancer. Huh?
Cha-cha-cha.
Let's do it all together.
I am not demonstrating the cha-cha. That's off the table.
Cha-cha-cha.
Oh, that's
It's,
you have a...
it's 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. That's it.
A lot of the guys that are very good at the dance, they also have a very skinny mustache. And they do the cha-cha-cha.
So we have to celebrate cha-cha-cha. We celebrate this award.
I saw a few cha-chas out there.
Very good. Judge كابريو القاضي الرحيم القاضي ذو الإحساس بالإنسانية والتعاطف دون الخروج عن حدود القانون على الإطلاق. It's an honor and pleasure to meet you here in Sharjah. I hope next time you will be in Egypt. I thank my friends in Sharjah in this amazing forum to let us have this chance to meet you and your family.
Well, thank you. That's very generous and kind of you. Appreciate that.
See you soon in...
See you on the Nile.
Nile, yes, deal, Nile cruise.
You got it.
Soon. Thank you very much and congratulations for the award.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
الرحمة لا تتعارض مع العدل على الإطلاق. أهم حاجات بقى من الحوار ده، واحد إنه هو عارف إنه دايرته دايرة غرامات، يعني اللي بيقفوا قدامه مش مجرمين عتاه، مش ناس خطرين على المجتمع. هو بيتعامل وده تصوره ان في النهايه واحد ركن ركنه غلط، واحد طول في مكان مش المفروض ان هو يقف فيه، كلها مخالفات، وبالتالي هو ما عندوش فكره الجزع او الفزع انه دول ناس خطر على المجتمع. 2 ان هو عنده تقدير انه احيانا الغرامه ممكن تبدو صغيره، بس ولانه كتير من الممثلين قدامه من المهاجرين مش عارفين الكونسيكونسز او مش عارفين التبعات اللي ممكن تخلي الغرامه اللي ب$50 توصل ل$2000. يعني التفاصيل اللي هو حكاها هو واولاده كانت مكسب تلفزيوني بالتاكيد. كل التحيه لمن يعلي قيمتين مع بعض، العدل والرحمه. الملحوظه الاهم واللي احنا متاكدين منها انه اذا كان امريكا فيها قاضي اخذ اللقب ده القاضي الرحيم او القاضي اللطيف، فمصر فيها 1000 و1000 و1000 قاضي عادل والرحيم. خليني أقول ده بقلب مطمئن. مش بس الأشخاص العاديين اللي راحوا المحاكم لسبب أو لآخر. اسأل المحامين، اسأل الصحفيين اللي بيغطوا الحوادث والقضايا. كام قاضي فيك يا مصر ادى الحد الأدنى من العقوبة أو ادى براءة لما يكون القانون بيسمح له بده؟ كام قاضي حفظ مستقبل شاب عشان ما يضيعش؟ كم قاضي رأف بحال أسرة وادى عقوبة مخففة؟ عندنا آلاف وآلاف من القضاة زي القاضي كابريو، إنما إحنا الجلسات لا تصور بهذا الشكل البراق. تحية للقاضي كابريو وتحية لقضاة مصر الذين نعرف أن العدل هو الأساس، ولكن معه رحمة وإنسانية.